Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back. This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. Welcome back yet again guys. It's a lovely Wednesday today, and today I will be talking about a fragrance that was kind of backlogged. I should have done it like months ago. It's just that I never got to it. This is the latest Louis Vuitton fragrance guys, and as you guys know, Louis Vuitton, I mean, they're starting to get a cult following, I would say, and that's why I think it's still worth reviewing Louis Vuitton fragrances. They have released some awesome perfumes such as Ombre Nomad, which is of course maybe some people won't like, but as an oud lover, like I've always thought that Ombre Nomad was awesome. And of course they have released some awesome spring summer fragrances as well, and all around fragrances such as Le Manzate, Meteore, and I mean, what can I say? They're starting to pick up steam in the fragrance community. So today we are going to talk about an interesting one right here guys, and you know, the marketing really got me. This fragrance is called Louis Vuitton Imagination, and this is the official vial right here. I got it from my friend Justin Williams, who is always ahead of the game when it comes to Louis Vuitton. He always gets them early for some reason. Thank you, Justin, for selling me this sample right here of Imagination. Now, Louis Vuitton, in my opinion, their fragrances are really geared towards, you know, the retail experience. The people that actually buy the bags and the shoes and the clothing. Rest in peace, by the way, to Virgil Abloh. That was really sad when we found out, or when I found out about his passing. I think that the framework for the Louis Vuitton fragrances has something to do with the retail experience. It's like you buy the items from the Louis Vuitton store and then you turn around. At least that was my experience. I turned around and I was just like, oh, look at that beautiful like Louis Vuitton perfume bar right there, and it's very appealing. The names are definitely appealing, and you know, you can actually sample them when you go to a Louis Vuitton store. And also they give these samples away every time you purchase something from Louis Vuitton, like my man Justin. So in a way, these fragrances are like an upsell, or like an addition to the shopping experience of Louis Vuitton. But I think that because, you know, Fragcom is, you know, really aggressive, you know, the Fragcom members are really aggressive when it comes to finding out about fragrances. I think that, you know, it's getting into the mix of, you know, what Fragcom users use. Le Manzate, for example, is a very popular Fragcom fragrance, and I don't doubt it. I think it's a great fragrance. So here we go. This is Imagination right here by Louis Vuitton. Let's go spray this thing right now. Louis Vuitton's Imagination. What is up with this fragrance? Okay, first and foremost, this fragrance's core, or actually the main star of the show when it comes to Louis Vuitton Imagination, is Ambroxan. All right, so for those that have seen my video, don't be basic. It's like, oh man, here it is, instant karma, Ambroxan right now. This fragrance right here is all about the Ambroxan, and actually this Ambroxan, right from the get-go, you can already smell it. At the start of this fragrance, at the opening, you are going to get some bergamot, and then you're going to get some neroli. A bergamot right here, as you guys know, is not a bright citrusy note. It could be like a sparkling note, but it's not like a bright citrusy note. Neroli definitely has a bitter and, you know, orange blossom like scent to neroli. The thing is that there's Ambroxan. That's the thing. And the Ambroxan is kind of like that big old cloud that goes over these citruses right here. And if you look at the marketing of Louis Vuitton Imagination, you'll see that they had like these gray, sort of like, I wouldn't say overcast clouds, but you know, they got these gray clouds. It looks like a gloomy type of day just on the marketing. And I would say that there's a reason for that kind of marketing, because it's actually quite accurate. In a way, the Ambroxan is sort of like a blanket that goes over these citrusy notes. So you are going to sense the citrusy notes. However, that blanket of Ambroxan really keeps it sort of like gloomy, right? Like right on top of it, like a blanket. Keeps it gray, gloomy, ambery. For those that haven't tried Ambroxan style fragrances or Louis Vuitton fragrances, maybe that will be amazing for you guys. For me, I thought that it was hella redundant. It was pretty underwhelming because I felt like Man, this is another fragrance where you have ambroxan and citruses in the beginning. Now, the second star of the show of this fragrance is your ginger, okay? And the ginger is a prominent note right here, okay? It comes early, pretty much right after your citrus ambroxan combo. The ginger does come out, and again, with the intro of ginger, it does smell like something. It does smell like something out of Louis Vuitton or other brands, that's for sure. So if you are a fragcom type person and you are well versed in different fragrances, or you are a Louis Vuitton collector, I don't think the intro is gonna wow you. I think this would wow somebody that has never tried any of this, that's never tried any fragrance with a citrusy opening, with an overcast ambroxan, with ginger. That's never been in your collection. That's probably gonna hit you in a positive way. But for me, I thought it was hella redundant, especially with that ginger coming in right there. Now, if the first part of Louis Vuitton Imagination was redundant and underwhelming, I thought that the second part, all the way till the end, was the more appealing or the more interesting part of Louis Vuitton Imagination. And that's because things start to change, and I think that that's the imagination part of this. Some people might not even really detect the twist right here, but for me, I actually really try to hack this fragrance. So the twist right here is the inclusion of your cinnamon. The cinnamon is not a strong cinnamon, all right, and it's not even a prominent note. You might not even really detect it because of the ginger that really takes the main part of the mid. But after that ginger, when the ginger sort of like fades a little bit, you're gonna get cinnamon. When I smelled that, I was like, okay, that's really nice. That cinnamon that comes in to twist this from a sort of like generic perfume to something better. The cinnamon also adds a certain sweetness to this fragrance, and really what it is it's a setup to the third part of this fragrance, which is basically your black tea. If you like Winter Palace, this will be something familiar with the black tea right here. The black tea, the sweetness of the black tea, it's really set up by the cinnamon, and then at the same time the ambroxan that still goes on, because it's really an overdose of ambroxan here in this fragrance, is a nice transition. That whole gloomy effect of this fragrance goes into that black tea, that I think it's like Ceylon black tea or Chinese black tea. And finally, the other note that goes with this black tea is cedar, guys, okay? So there's a nice woody effect right here in the end. This fragrance, although it has this like gloomy start with the overcast ambroxan, the blanket of ambroxan, I don't think it goes fade to black really. It's a wearable, like calming type of fragrance, and so cedar is like the perfect end to that. Cedar, ambroxan, black tea. I thought that was like a nice ending. I thought that was like the fantasy part of imagination, going from, like I said, a very predictable beginning, and then you've got like black tea, cedar, you've got the cinnamon bridging it in. I thought that the last part was definitely way better than the first part, and because of that, I really think it's worth a try. I think that this is also unisex. Like in the beginning, I was just like, man, it looks like a manly type of perfume, something that I would actually wear to work. But because there is a twist somewhere in the middle, I think that even women can wear this. It's not like predictable after the mid, so I think women can definitely try this fragrance. Now, looking into some fragcom feedback, a lot of people are saying that this fragrance smells like laundry detergent, guys, okay? Now, I wouldn't say it smells like laundry detergent, but it just has this clean feel, because like I said, there's this like gloomy, overcast skies blanket of ambroxan right there. I wouldn't be surprised if people kind of linked that kind of aura of this fragrance to like laundry detergent. Laundry detergent like fragrances, guys, have their own place when it comes to usage, and you can definitely use them at work, and I can see this one being used at work. I think it's okay because it's not an offense based fragrance, and maybe that's my new wording for it. Offense based means you want to impose something to people. I think that if you are looking for a safe fragrance that smells clean with a twist of some sweetness and some tea, I think that Imagination could be something that you would try. For those that are looking for fragrances that have some sort of oomph effect, some sort of like offense-based effect where it's like it hits people and it hits people a certain way, I don't think this is the one right here. And especially, when you are looking at the expensive price, $390, I believe, this might stop you on your tracks, because a lot of people, especially those that are, maybe you're on the 150 to 250 range, 390 might be a little bit high. And, for some people, they will pay for that, but I mean, it has to come with something. It has to come with an extra oomph, in my opinion, if you're gonna spend a little bit over the budget that you already set for yourself normally. $390, if you're looking for like an added razzle dazzle effect from the fragrance, this really ain't it. I think that this is a calming, overcast skies, relaxing type of fragrance. This fragrance, in my opinion, will make the people around you feel relaxed and calm and chill. It's like a chill fragrance, really. Now, performance wise, guys, so this is a small vial, okay? And I do own full bottles of Louis Vuitton fragrances. I will say that the sprayer of the Louis Vuitton bottle is pretty strong. I think that it drenches you with the fragrance. Now, this sample I have, here's the spray. And what I did was, to compensate for that, I oversprayed this fragrance to get a more accurate performance evaluation. And even with that, even with the overspraying, like 7 to 8 sprays of Imagination, what I found out was, significantly, this fragrance lasted like 6 to 7 hours. All right, significantly. Now, after that, maybe 8 or 9, it was kind of like a skin scent. But I think that 6 to 7 hours, or maybe just 6 hours, was, that was the significant one where I would really smell the aura around me and people could still smell it. So, if you are expecting a high performer, I don't think this is it. But like I said, the caveat is the sprayer of the actual bottle is pretty strong. And, so maybe if you really use the big bottle, you might get a better performance out of it, because it's just spraying more perfume on you. Ultimately, this is a must try right here. I think I've had enough Louis Vuitton fragrances to see that there are just a lot of similarities between them. Afternoon Swim, California Dream, Le Monzate. I feel like, this one right here, although it has that black tea twist in the end, which goes great with Ambroxan and woody notes, I think that this one right here just took a page from all the other ones, all the other Louis Vuitton fragrances, because my first impression was, oh, this one smells like the other ones. But definitely try it. If you haven't tried any of the LV fragrances, all you have to do is really go to a store, and there will be that lovely Louis Vuitton perfume bar, and you can definitely try this. I think like spring, summer, I think that Meteore is still the one that I thought was pretty damn good, okay? And of course, Le Monzate is pretty good too. This one right here, yeah, it's all right. Like just try it. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Louis Vuitton Imagination. Funny part is, even if Ambroxan was the star of the show right here, I thought the Ambroxan here was not really like a lot. It wasn't like a bomb. It was just like Ambroxan throughout, but it was more of like a calming, non-bomb Ambroxan, to where some of the notes are still gonna come out. Ginger, of course, but I thought that the Ambroxan suppressed every other note nicely. It was sort of balanced in a way. That is it. That is my review of Louis Vuitton Imagination. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this fragrance. What do you guys think? I would love to know what your feedback is on this fragrance. And let me know if there are other Louis Vuitton fragrances you want me to review. I've done a lot. So all you got to do is go to my channel, type in Louis Vuitton, and all the LV fragrances are going to pop out, especially the oud ones, incense, like all that stuff. You can check them out in my channel. And please do not forget to like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. And again, we are en route to 10,000. Hopefully it does happen before the end of the year. If it doesn't, that's fine. But if it does, then that's great. And I appreciate you guys for all the support you've given the channel. I will see you guys on the next video. This is Troy D. God bless. Have a great day.